Hi everyone!
Welcome back to our YouTube channel. My name is Prachi and this is Harsh.
And together we are known as 2 Tickets to Freedom.
So we started 2 Tickets to Freedom, which is a travel blog on Instagram in January of last year in 2021, and today in July 2022 we've already made it a community of 215k plus, which is really crazy.
How did that even happen?
That is what we're going to break down in this video. How did two professional pharmacists switch careers, become travel content creators as a full-time job?
So let's start with a quick backstory. How did I end up in a pharmacy college? Well, I was a very confused teenager jumping multiple fields, but since my family had a background in chemistry, somehow, very randomly, I chose to do pharmacy. That's it.
My story is just as random as Harsh's. I wanted to be a doctor for a very brief period of my life when I was in 11th, 12th. When you decide your careers, my parents nudged me towards being a doctor, so I was like, okay, might as well. But I couldn't, I gave the entrance exams and everything, but I couldn't get into a good medical college, so I just decided to do pharmacy, which is just as hard as being a doctor, but without all the blood and gore stuff. So I was like, okay, fine, I'll be a pharmacist.
So we both were in the same college, but 4 years apart.
Yeah, so Harsh was in his final year, I was in my first year, and that's kind of where we met, and we started dating, fell in love, and then our life story changed. But yeah, we were on the track to becoming pharmacists, dealing drugs, selling drugs, marketing drugs and all of that. We would have ended up in a corporate job at one of those big pharma companies.
And I'm sure we would have done pretty good and earned some big bucks, but that wasn't in our inner calling,
Yeah, it wasn't. We weren't passionate about it. We just did pharmacy because that's what we thought we were supposed to do. We get into a good field, good college, get a good job after graduation, work for 50 years, and that was it. But then a lot of things changed. So Harsh, why don't you tell them what you did after you graduated from pharmacy college? Because he graduated 4 years before I did.
So throughout college, I knew that pharmacy is not my thing. So towards the end of college, I started my own startup. It was basically a platform where a lot of fitness people and a lot of fitness activities could be presented in one place. I don't want to name companies, but the concept was pretty cool for a teenager. I tried to grow it. I used to teach dance. So with that money funded with also my dad's cash, and tried it, didn't work out.
Dad's cash sounds like Ambani level cash. There's no Ambani level cash. He just took a little loan from his dad to start it.
Either way, that first startup didn't work out too well. So I joined a company. I thought I need to learn a bit more. Worked over there for 2 years, I think.
Yeah.
And towards the end of that, I started my own digital marketing agency. Now that's where I started understanding that social media is somewhere I have a keen interest in, and I want to build things over.
And I was studying in college while Harsh was experimenting and doing all of that. I was also doing my MBA together. So by the way, we both studied from NMIMS in Mumbai. Shout out to all those people from NMIMS for watching us right now. We know how hard it is.
It's blood and sweat, guys. It's blood and sweat.
But you can pull through, I'm sure. And then when I graduated in 2020, the pandemic hit. But before the pandemic hit, I was actually giving interviews in pharma companies, pharma marketing companies more specifically. And I also got accepted in a well-known market research agency. I would have gotten a job that would have paid me 5.5 lakhs per annum, which was very average for pharma students, but that wasn't me, so I was happy with whatever thing I could get.
Yeah.
But then the pandemic hit, and that actually was one of the best things that happened in my life personally, because it paused my life, and just like it paused everyone else's, it paused my life at the best time because it gave me time to think about what I'm going to do after college. The company actually ended up rescinding my offer letter, which meant I didn't have a job anymore, which meant more time on my hands to figure out what I want to do with my life. Thankfully, my family and we were in a situation where it wasn't necessary for me to earn immediately. I am privileged enough to take that time out of my life to figure out what I want to do. I'm really thankful for it, because this is where we are right now in Bali on a 1-month vacation a year and a half later, which is really crazy.
So one of the key factors I feel that on our journey was that our families were very supportive throughout the entire journey, and also we had the privilege to take a time off. If we would just sit at home, it wasn't really going to affect how family things work out.
Yeah.
Because I was already rolling, so it was sort of a comfort for us.
I spent a lot of time researching, figuring things out, and so how did travel come into our life? Now, travel has always been in our lives forever. Harsh has been obsessed since he was a kid. I've been obsessed since I was a kid. But we didn't think we could make something out of it. We just thought it was like a vacation that you take. We didn't know that it was actually a job that you could do. And that is kind of what we figured out. And now we are here.
Yeah, we always knew that we would earn some good cash and spend that on long vacations, but didn't know that we would be traveling to earn.
Yeah, I was always interested in social media. All my friends would always come to me to get their Instagram stories made because I would make them really pretty and I would know like how to.
She was really good at it.
I was just naturally good at it, so I thought why not like dive into digital marketing and learn more about it since I already have like a natural knack for it. So I started working with Harsh, and that's kind of how we started. Before we started doing travel together or like working to travel together, we were working as a digital marketing agency together.
And that gave us a lot of freedom actually, the freedom to do things on our own terms, in the starting phase at least.
In the starting phase, I mean, obviously it wasn't too easy and we weren't signing big clients and it was hard. We were struggling to like pay rent on the office you had rented.
Yeah, that was a tough time because we got an office and the clients were paying like peanuts.
And then we started making like okay cash, not very good cash, like nothing close to what I would have earned if I had taken that job at that pharmacy. And then we got engaged in the middle of all of that.
Yeah, I was waiting for like I was waiting for things to open up so I could do a proper proposal, which did happen.
I
enjoyed that.
I loved it. In September of 2020, Harsh proposed and then we got engaged, and that kind of just brought us even closer together. Like we weren't already, like we already spent college together, we started working together, then we got engaged, and then we were like, okay, now it's time to travel. Like we had really wanted to travel together, but our families were kind of like very, very strict about us traveling together before we got married, but we somehow convinced them to let us travel after we got engaged. Yeah. So our first trip was to Dubai in 2020. In December, we went to, so Harsh is originally from Dubai. Like,
yeah, we were there till 10th standard.
Yeah, he studied till 10th there, his dad still lives there, so we were just like, okay, we're just going to home, we're not traveling anywhere, we're just going home in Dubai. And that kind of really opened our eyes up to how much we love traveling together.
Over there, we actually realized that this is something we wanted to do all the while.
Yeah.
And we had always seen travel bloggers do this thing and all, and we were looking at each other like, ye karne mein maza to aayega.
But we didn't know where to start. So anyway, we came back from Dubai January of 2021 now. This is where the story gets interesting. Now, pandemic chal raha tha, so obviously there was a lot of quarantine stuff that was going on. So we came back from Dubai and we were quarantined for 7 days in a hotel room.
And that's where our mind started working and we got a lot of motivation.
Yeah, so 7 days we were in a hotel room. Like, of course, we watched a lot of Netflix and Prime and like we watched everything in the world. But then after a point we got bored and we were like, ab kya? And then we started talking more about like, what are we going to do with our digital marketing firm? What are we going to do about travel? What's going on here? Like, we know we want to travel, but how are we going to make this happen?
And that's where 2 Tickets was born.
In that hotel room during quarantine, we decided that, okay, now is the time to maybe start an Instagram, start a blog, or start something with the two of us, like both of our names on it, because we know that we're going to do this together. Like, he could have done it by himself, I could have done it by myself, like solo, but that's not what we wanted to do. We wanted to do everything together, and we still want to do everything together. So we decided 2 Tickets to Freedom. Like, we decided on the name 2 Tickets to Freedom. We got an Instagram account, we got the email, we got the website, and yeah, we just started from there.
Yeah, so we basically decided that's the first step. Nothing happened.
Nothing happened. Like, of course, nothing happened.
But then came February, which is Prachi's birthday month, and we decided that February we're going to travel. And we did the most obvious trip any Mumbaikar would do. We did a road trip to Goa. For the first time, we went as content creators, like with an intention.
With an intention to create content. Like, we've been to Goa like 10s, if not 20s.
Bachpan
if not, we decided, okay, road trip, because we couldn't afford flight tickets at that time, and we thought road trip's gonna be sasta and tekao. The most affordable Airbnb we could find for like 6 days, and we went there with the intention to create content for 2 Tickets to Freedom.
We just thought that it has to be done now somehow. I think we were like running on the edge with money. We spent everything we had on that trip.
On that trip, yeah, for sure. Yeah. 2 Tickets, the first post we made on 31st January, that is when our TTTF anniversary is on 31st January. We made a post, we let everyone know as soon as we knew that, okay, we're going to Goa next month, we're going to create content. Let's already start instead of waiting to go to Goa. So we created the first post on 31st January, and then a couple posts every other day of like just couple photos we had from our 4-5 years together until that point.
Yeah, our initial followers were all friends and family.
Just friends and family. We had like 200 followers when we went to Goa. All friends and family. We had put 2 Tickets on our personal pages as well. We were like, please follow us there. We're going to create mad travel and couple content. And then friends and family, being nice friends and family that they are, they started following us there, and they were the first people to follow us. And then before going to Goa, on Valentine's Day, we actually spent Valentine's Day we always spend Valentine's Day
Doing something.
Like that's our thing. We always make sure to do an activity. So that Valentine's Day we actually decided to like paint and like do a little hand painting, and I
Very
made a
cute.
reel out of it. And just before going to Goa, that I uploaded that reel, and that was our first reel that went viral. It has like
In millions.
in millions views.
Yeah.
That was kind of good because we went to Goa with the intention to create content. One post has already gone viral, which means okay, there are a lot more eyes on us now, which means we actually need to do what we said we were going to do. So that kind of gave us the motivation to create amazing content in Goa as well.
Yeah. So this is the first time we took a tripod on our trip.
Yeah.
And we were putting it in public and doing. So we did a dance routine also all throughout Goa where we
Yeah.
cut.
Yeah.
And that was pretty.
That was another reel that went viral. Yeah.
Yeah, and I was pretty shy initially. I'm still kind of shy.
Yeah.
But at that point, I was like, wow.
Very shy, and we were recording in front of people in crowded places, on beaches, in restaurants.
I'm so happy she motivated me that
So we
way.
just kept like the future, what our life's gonna look like in mind. Like we already knew what it's gonna look like, and we just started working towards it.
And that Goa trip actually gave us a lot of eyeballs, a lot of coverage. People saw our story, enjoyed the content we were creating.
A lot of our reels went viral from Goa as well, and we started building a community. And then within 40 days, like from January 31st to 40 days from January 31st, we hit 10,000 followers on Instagram.
Yeah, and we were shocked.
Like we were shocked, our family was shocked, everyone was shocked, and we were just like, oh my god.
Now the things started getting really accelerated. So what happened is we celebrated at 10k. All right, cool, it happened suddenly, like really quick. Next thing you know, it's become 20k in a really quick
In
span.
like 10 more days, like in 50 days it become 20k, and then in like 2 months it become 50k, and we were just like, this is not what we thought was gonna happen. Like we thought it would take us like a year to hit 10k, not 40 days.
That's how we planned it out.
That's how we planned in our brains. We'll save as much as we can and then travel every other month. But because we went to 10k in like 40 days, we were just like, oh shit, now we need to travel more. How are we gonna afford it? But thankfully with the followers came the brands who wanted to invite us to visit their places. So we were so happy that hotels and restaurants wanted us to come and create content. Like we knew this was gonna happen, but not so soon. Like I cannot stress how shocked we were that everything was happening so soon.
Yeah, we were overwhelmed for sure. So another important thing is we were also working on our digital marketing agency simultaneously.
While 2 tickets was going on, yes.
Yeah, and
so we were balancing a lot.
The first couple of months was difficult because you're traveling, you're balancing tasks for the
Client
clients,
work,
you're in the
and then-
mountains, you're making websites,
Oh,
you're answering
yeah.
calls
Yeah.
at the river valley.
Yeah.
It was all over, but we balanced it very well.
But it was so fun too.
It was fun, yeah, it was fun. So the client was like, "Hi, is it a good time? Where you guys?" So we're like, "Yeah, we're in the mountains in Rishikesh, but it's okay. We have some Wi-Fi. We can do a meeting right now."
Yeah, it was very much fun.
And eventually, I saw the load, and Prachi also felt the load. So I kind of requested her to venture out and do this full time.
Yeah, by that he means he told me to stop with the digital marketing stuff and do the 2 ticket stuff full time. And like I also knew it was time, but I was afraid because with the digital marketing stuff there was money coming in, but with 2 tickets there was no money up until that point. There was only like free products and free stays, and all of that is good, but like you need to earn to sustain yourselves, and we weren't at that point. But we took that risk. I stopped working with Universal, which is the digital marketing agency, and I put all my attention and time and effort into 2 tickets. And that was, I think, that definitely helped. That was June of 2021. So we started in January, and by June I was like, okay, I'm gonna do this full time. And Harsh was still doing the digital marketing stuff because he was the founder and CEO, and everyone knew him. And he was the main person to do it. I was just like some other employee handling a couple clients. Yeah, but handling like 2 or 3 clients, and Harsh was like taking care of the whole portfolio. So he couldn't leave, but we decided that it was time for me to leave and like focus my attention on 2 tickets. And that really helped, I feel. By that time, I think we were at 50 or 65k, and then by August, like in another couple months, we reached 100k. And I think I can say that they liked the authenticity and the way we were sharing about our lives, because it wasn't anything fake. Like we were putting everything that was happening. Like if we were having a bad day, we would put it out. If we were busy with digital marketing work, we would put it out. Whatever travel work we were doing was getting a lot of praise and attention and eyeballs from audience and brands, which is amazing. So yeah.
Every day we used to go like, is this really happening? Is it really happening? It took a couple of months for us to take it in and go like, no, this is a full-time thing. Like we have to accept.
We can do it. If we put our minds to it, both of us can do it full-time, not just me. So we then started figuring out how can Harsh also do this full-time and like put the digital marketing thing on the back burner, because like I know you enjoyed building brands and like doing all of that, but travel is where both of our hearts lies.
Yeah, so we kind of figured a way to balance it out. So the whole agency thing is on the side hustle. Like it's not
Like
that much
now
attention.
that has become a side hustle, and 2 tickets has become a
Yeah.
full-time job.
So it's cool, yeah. We get to travel full time, and I think that's the best job ever.
Yeah, so I also want to clarify, like by full time, we don't mean that we're bouncing from one place to the other. It just means that whatever time we can travel, like, travel 50% of the year, and the 50% we stay at home.
We take layovers at home.
Yeah, it's kind of become like that.
Like a vacation time is at home, and travel has become the daily life part.
Yeah, so when we're traveling, we're working, which is a very difficult concept for people to grasp. We're constantly making content, we're constantly in touch with brands, replying to emails, thinking of the future, brainstorming. All of that is happening when we travel, and then when we're at home, that is like our vacations. On the bed, full day, watching Netflix, just eating out, and like just being lazy. That's our time to be lazy.
But all said and done, this is the best job living. I feel like it's all worth it.
It's so worth it. We are so glad that this is like we're able to do this, and
we have done so many cool things. We've given a TED talk. We've done like a mini travel show with Amazon.
yeah, we've been to 14 Indian states, 5 union territories. We've been to Sri Lanka, Maldives, Singapore, Bali, Dubai. Oh my god! And this is just starting. Like this is just 1 year in. I'm so excited to what's gonna happen in the future.
And it is all because we decided to take a chance, take a risk, follow our heart, and believe in ourselves.
Yeah, like Harsh and I still have this conversation like, oh, we are here. Wow, how are we here?
How did this happen?
How did this happen? We keep asking ourselves.
All in all, we wanted to share how our journey has been.
Because yeah, we get that question a lot on Instagram, and it's like we have a few posts like that. We've written down the caption, but it's not the same as us explaining how everything happened and what a topsy-turvy road led us to this where we are right now.
Yeah. We also got married in between all
Oh
of
yeah,
that.
we did. Oh, I forgot.
Very important part.
Yeah.
Bhul gaye.
Yeah,
Koi baat
last
nahi.
year.
Last year.
In September, we got
September.
married. Yeah, got married in the court. We did not want the whole band baja barat scene. Very hard to convince our parents, but thankfully they understood our point of view, and we got married in the court. But even now they ask us to do parties and like receptions, and we're like, it's already been 6 months. Like
Ho
we're
gaya time.
married.
Shaadi ho
Oh,
gayi.
shaadi ho gayi.
Hum khush hai.
So of course, yeah, it was very hard to explain to our parents, but somehow we did, and now we are married, we are traveling, we are entrepreneurs, we are digital marketers, we have a lot of hats that we wear, and I'm so proud of you.
I'm proud of you too.
If you guys enjoyed this life story, please drop a like and a comment down below,
And also let us know if you like such sit-down videos. We'll make more of them.
Yeah.
How we plan out. Like we have an infinite number of topics we can talk on.
yeah, you just like, yeah, maybe comment down below what you guys would want to see next, and we'll make a video about it.
Yeah. So I guess that's it then.
That's it then. Okay, wow, thank you. Okay, see you guys.
Bye.